So we're hearing reports that it's 50-50 at this point if Giannis Antetokounmpo is even going to be a Bucks at the end of the contract. All right, that's what we're hearing. Before we start today's video, I want to hear your opinions. I personally think Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to remain a Milwaukee Bucks. This is all. He's said this stuff like Chris Middleton said. He said this stuff before every country he's ever signed. So I personally don't think this is anything to be worried about. So I definitely don't think this is anything that like people should be worried about, as I definitely think, in my opinion, Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to remain a Milwaukee Bucks for at least the next 5 years. I want to hear your thoughts down below in the comment section before we start. If you guys do want to support independent NBA journalism, I am an NBA credentialed reporter who, has access to league events, then hit that subscribe button, as we're on the way to 20,000 subscribers. Either way, I think with Giannis Antetokounmpo, everything that's going on, it's definitely a situation that I don't know if it's being overblown or the way it's being projected is because everybody wants him. I think that's really why. But if we want to read into Brian Windhorst said on how likely it is Giannis Antetokounmpo is a member of the Milwaukee Bucks after his contract expires, he said that it's right now 50-50 at best, and that he doesn't think that new information has come out, that the Bucks already knew that it was a 50-50, and they knew that even before they got knocked out of the playoffs. This was all things that they were already thinking about, as I think, they probably have been formulating with the thought that, look, they need to win another championship to convince him to stay. And I definitely agree that when you look at this. So yeah, I think they've known. They fired Mike Windhorst because they needed to start making moves slowly by slowly. You can't build Rome in one day. And I think they know that. They knew they had to get a new coach. So fire Mike Windhorst. Now, they know that they're probably going to have to move on from Brook Lopez, Chris Middleton. But if you re-sign them, they are trade assets. It's better than letting them walk for free. So that's what they did. Okay, and Giannis, who's 28 years old, this is going to be something that I think it's not impossible for them to pull it off. I think it's definitely feasible. Like right now, if they turned around and were able to trade for Buddy Hield, I think that's step one in the right direction. Next, okay, maybe at the deadline, you flip Brook Lopez if he's, for a more versatile center. What if if you hear that, Nick Claxton is demanding a trade, you go out and you try to get somebody like that, right? So I think that's the whole thought process is, they need to start trying to do slowly but surely make moves that are going to improve this team's roster. As I don't know if it's particularly, look, I think what will happen now is that teams are going to try to trade for, Giannis Antetokounmpo, which they've Brian Windhorst said. But I don't think the Knicks, Heat, or Toronto, all those teams' decisions, it's going to probably be another Kevin Durant type courting, but I think there is an opportunity for the Milwaukee Bucks to be able to keep him as long as they make the right moves. And I think a move right now to get Buddy Hield, extend him, and that definitely would be the right thing to do a step in the right direction. Now, will that be enough? Obviously, no. I think you guys go trade for someone like Buddy Hield. I don't know, maybe trade Grayson Allen, Pat Connaughton for it. Then next move at the deadline, maybe trade Brook Lopez for. I said Nick Claxton. There's other centers who might become available, but that's the thought process. You go out, you get one of those centers who bring you rim protection and rebounding, but is younger and more versatile and more mobile than Brook. Okay, maybe you go flip, Bobby Portis. Maybe you go flip Drew Holiday. Okay, and you go out and get someone like Markelle Fultz. Okay, and then you maybe send Bobby Portis and you go out and get somebody like, obviously I'm making up stuff as I go. Okay, but I'm trying to think of small moves that, somewhat move the needle and can help. Because again, Rome isn't built in one day. You got to retool the roster with what you have and try to improve it. And I think that is possible.